Hello there. Hello there, beautiful wives of God, precious wives of God, Her Excellencies. I welcome you to another edition of this program, anchored by your fellow sister, Uloma Obilo. Today is the 22nd of February in the year 2026. It is a beautiful day, the day the Lord has made. May we continue to rejoice and be glad in it. Today's exposition is essentially for fresh widows, if we may use that word. People that have just lost their husbands, maybe in the last 1 month. People that have just lost their husbands. In my vicinity, around where I live, and people I know about 1, 2, 3, 4 women, from the 1st of January till now, that have lost their husbands. Automatically, they have become widows. It was not planned for. They didn't know that by the beginning of this year, they are going to be called widows. Death happens to anybody and everybody at any time. Nobody has the timetable to say this is when it's going to come. It comes when it will. It comes when it will. So like I said, today's exposition is mainly for those people who have just lost their husbands. My God, they are hurting. They are hurting badly. Honestly, if you don't have the heart, you cannot visit a woman that has just lost her husband and be able to stand. Sometimes because of her tears, sometimes because of the words she speaks, sometimes because of silence. Silence. She may not even say a word, but deep within her, she's hurting. So many questions she's asking. No answers. No answers. And the answers may not even be found in the near future. It may not be readily available. Answers will surely come, but not immediately. It may take some time. It may take months. It may take years. But the answers will surely come. So are you one of those that has just lost your husband? You are hurting. You are asking God, where are you? God, were you sleeping when this happened? Especially to those women who actually put their trust in God. Especially to those women, who are holding on to God. And yet, their husbands have been taken away. They have become widows. They are left alone with their children. Some may not even have children. And it has happened. My sister, God knows why. God knows why. There is nothing that happens on the face of the earth without the knowledge of God. Whatever happens, before your husband died, even if he took ill before he died, in one way or the other, God must have let you know, must have shown you that this is going to happen. Maybe you are like me, that when my own happened, even though God showed me the revelation, but I was naive, I was immature in my spirit. God gave me the revelation, but I did not understand it until it happened. Maybe you are like me, that probably God has told you or has shown you in a revelation that this is going to happen, but you didn't believe it, you didn't understand it, or you are naive, you didn't get to know about it, you didn't pray about it, or even if you prayed and yet it happened. I know how you feel. But I want to let you know, my beloved sister, that God is saying that He is already at work in your life, in your family, in your children, in your business. God is saying He is already at work. All you have to do, my sister, is to continually hold on to God. Continually call upon Him. Continually hold on to Him. Continually call upon Him. That is all you have to do. A lot of you may be going through the most difficult time in your life, in your marriages. It is now you will begin to see your family, your relations, those around you, for whom they really are. It is now you begin to know who's truly family. It is now you will begin to know who's truly a friend. It is now you begin to know who's truly a sister. It is now you begin to know precisely who is a passerby and who is a passenger. It is now you begin to know those who are actually for you and those who were just there for what they could get from you and your husband. This is the time. And you will begin to experience one shock after another. One shock after another. Relax, my sister. Relax, my sister. Hold on to God. Hold on to God. If you hold on to God, God is going to turn around every negative situation in your life. It doesn't matter what it is. If I can be bold and stand for the past 24 years and still be saying that this God is faithful, you should know that indeed He is faithful. He does not let His wives suffer. No, He does not let His wives suffer. So long as you hold on to Him, so long as you call upon Him. I remember when I lost my husband. He was still in the mortuary. He was not yet buried. There was no food in the house. Nothing. You know, when you lose your husband, practically for the next 2 or 3 months, you stay in the house. You don't go anywhere until he's buried. And even after he's buried, you still have to stay in the house for some time. That was my situation. The children were there. They have to go to school. We have to eat and all that and all that. The shops were closed. My shop was closed. My husband was dead. How do we eat? So this very morning, the children went to school. And there was nothing for them to eat when they come back. And in those days, I used to pray so much. Honestly, I used to pray so hard. I could enter my closet in the morning and not come out till nightfall. I could start prayers by 6 p.m. and not stop until 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. You know, I was so full of prayers in those days. Hello? Is somebody listening to me? I am not saying that God heard me because of my prayers. Nay, that is not what I'm saying. I'm not saying God heard me because I could pray or that I was praying. No, it's because of His mercies. Remember, the faithfulness of God, His mercies that never ceases. You know, for His name's sake, because you are calling upon His name, His mercy will always come down. God has a way of staying true to His name. When He sees that all you have, all you are dependent on Him. When He sees your heart, somehow God comes through for us in our faith. So like I was saying, immediately the children went to school, I entered into my room, I locked the door, and I started weeping. And I started calling upon God. And I started praying.